Alrighty, so the first oil we're going to look at is bergamot. This oil is a great uplifting oil. It helps with anxiety and depression, and in combination with the point shenmen inside the ear, it helps with balancing out the left and right hemisphere. So when we work on this point, you might feel that. You might feel some movement going on or some expansion going on within the mind, within the brain. I recommend doing this in the morning or maybe during the day if you're feeling stuck and stagnant mentally or even physically. Just kind of get a little movement going on in the mind that can then reciprocate what it is that you want to be going on in the body and then moving forward from there. So then our next oil is going to be Helichrysum. Helichrysum has a really um, deep rooted spot in my heart. This was one of my very first oils that I personally had a transformation with. This oil is so helpful for anybody who's dealt with any type of trauma, something maybe emotional and deep, that you kind of just go through and you start to build up a hardness inside of the heart to continue going on with your daily life. And for some people who've done that for year after year after year, you kind of get used to what that is, and then when a healing opportunity presents itself, there's almost too much of a scar tissue over the heart for healing to really be able to integrate itself and work at the core. So, what this oil is presenting is a soft way of really the body allows for it to come in and do its magic and work on hardened scar tissue that might be resonating within the heart. And for me generally, I mean not generally, but for me that's how it helped me. It helped me with pairing that on the CV17 point. In our meditation today, we are not going to pair the two together. We're actually going to pair Rose on CV17. But one of the reasons that I also wanted to bring Helichrysum into our meditation today is that it has a brilliant and deep ability to support us in massive change. So, as a collective, that's something that we are all dealing with and experiencing right now. So, it's a great support in that way. And with that, we're going to be pairing it with Kidney One. And Kidney One, it helps to jumpstart the essence energy that is within us, that is within you. It helps to activate the vital chi, and it helps to kind of remind your essence that you are right here. You are right now, right here. It's very reassuring and it supports and it boosts. We're also going to use Helichrysum on GV20. Now, GV20 is on top of the head, and it's where all of the meridians cross. It helps us connect with our higher guidance. It breaks the fear and doubt and criticisms that may be clouding our ability to connect with the guidance that is within us, but then also that guidance that is outside of us. So that oil, the Helichrysum, and those 2 points is really nice and what we're going to be doing today. And then we're going to be moving on to blue tansy. Blue tansy is such a sweet, soft, like thick feeling oil is almost how I kind of imagine it and feel it to be. I imagine the infinity sign when I think of blue tansy. It's calming and relaxing, and it balances and stabilizes the moods. It's gentle, but yet it's very powerful in helping with bringing flow to stuck energies, kind of just pushing that along and moving it so that we can get a good flow and movement starting to happen with our energies as well as schisms. So with blue tansy, we're going to be pairing that with the liver 3 point, which is on the top of the feet. It helps with in Chinese medicine, in acupuncture. The liver 3 point helps with treating emotional mood, with pain, sleep disorders, inflammation. With combining the blue tansy on liver 3, it's going to help with smoothing and moving the liver qi. It helps to support the liver organ and the meridian. And then lastly, we're going to be using Rose on that CV17 point in the center of our sternum of our heart, the heart center. When we think of Rose, we think of a very delicate, beautiful, soft flower. And the essence is exactly that. It is beautiful and it is so fragrant. And what that oil does for us internally, or even just right outside the surface of us, is it helps with softening and filling in almost. It has a very sweet way of making its way into whatever area or point we're focusing it on, and then just sinking in there sweetly and gently, and then starting to expand out. Our body is very receptive towards allowing that rose to come into our core, into the core being of us. And then it gently and softly and beautifully moves out and fills our being to where we continue to radiate that outside of us. So that's also a really nice practice to have is the rose on CV17 to help bring that love and joy inside of us, and then also with that happening, it radiating outside of us to help those around us. So you can also combine the point at the same time with yin tang, which is in the middle of the eyebrows or the third eye area. Now, when you're using the rose in that spot, you're allowing it to kind of penetrate deep into that third eye area to allow for an opening of maybe any kind of vision or seeing, and then also allowing for a penetration of a process to happen within that area. That point is also helpful for any type of maybe like headaches, not necessarily mixing it with that essential oil, but in general, when using it in acupuncture, it can be helpful for headaches or moods or in the mind. For me personally, that point is sensitive, and I do know other people whose third eye or yin tang point is very sensitive. So I will say explore it, but also be aware that it can create either some emotion to rise and exit, which is beautiful. And I think if that's deep in there, you should let it out. I sometimes will experience that when I'm working on CV17, the heart center point. Each point is specific with the oils, and oils and points can also interchange, as I've already said in this recording right now. But we also need to be cautious of how we are using the oils on the points. So I recommend sticking to what is known and has been practiced and used through many sessions and many years. And if you have any questions on areas where you might want to focus a little bit more on, or maybe something that you're experiencing or dealing with, please feel free to reach out to me. Enjoy your meditation. Be well. Thank you.